Something happened this year. One of the leading and top giant fintech companies in Nigeria, Paystack, was fined by the CBN. Why did this happen? What really happened? How did they come about that? And why did the CBN do that? I'll be talking about that in this video, so stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome to my channel. Victor is here. If you're just seeing me for the first time or you are new to this channel, please subscribe, like, turn the notification bell so you can get updates whenever I put up posts about subject matters like this. On this channel I talk about fintech, I talk finance, I talk law and other subject matters, interesting subject matters. So let's get into this. So what really happened with Paystack? Now sometime this year we got notification, it was all over the news, that Paystack was fined by CBN. This happened sometime around April this year. Now, before we go really into this, let me give a little background about Paystack. Paystack is a fintech company in Nigeria, not just any fintech company, a big fintech company in Nigeria, one of the top leading fintechs in Nigeria and even in Africa currently. Paystack was founded in 2015 by Shola Akinlade and Ezra Olubi, and ever since they've been growing, increasing their services, they've been improving and expanding even into other parts of Africa. Okay, so mainly Paystack offers payment processing services. Paystack is a payment gateway service providing fintech company. Alright, and they've grown so big, and at some point 4 years back they were acquired by Stripe, a US company, for about $200 million for what we know. So let's get into this gist. Sometime around April this year, got the news that Paystack was fined by CBN, the Central Bank of Nigeria, for 250 million naira. That's huge. The reason for this is this: according to CBN, allegedly, Paystack launched a product called Zap by Paystack, and for this reason CBN fined Paystack for 250 million. Why did the CBN do this? According to the CBN, Zap by Paystack is a deposit taking product, and according to the CBN, the license Paystack has originally did not cover for deposit taking, only for payment processing. Now, for some of you who do not know so much about this, Paystack is a payment gateway company originally, mainly, and the license by the CBN that covers for that is the switching and processing license. So according to the CBN, to be able to offer products in the marketplace, in the finance industry that take deposits, you need different kinds of licensing, which covers, we could be microfinance licensing or licensing for other financial institutions like the banks that can take deposits. So for this reason, Paystack was fined by the CBN. I have a video about different licenses that CBN gives to players in the financial sector. Alright, mainly we have the microfinance, licenses for microfinance, payment solution service providers, payment terminal providers, payment terminal service providers, mobile money operator, switching and processing license, which is the one that Paystack originally has. We also have the license for payment service banks. Really look into this as legal personnel. Now, of course, you know, whatever I say here on this platform is simply for educational and informational purposes. Nothing here is a professional legal advice. Many of you know me as a lawyer, but you should know that in this video, nothing is really a legal advice or for educational and informational purposes. So let's look into this really. CBN is empowered by law to regulate the financial sector. So as a result, CBN regulates the financial sector through regulations and policies. The role of the CBN in the financial sector is very strict. As a matter of fact, every country has a central bank, whether they call it a central bank or not. As a result of the role that the CBN plays in the financial industry, in the financial sector, we can call CBN Nigeria's watchdog in the financial space. Alright. Now, the role that the CBN plays in the financial industry is very critical. Okay? So CBN operates by bringing policies, regulations to keep the financial sector balanced. Now, this critical role played by the CBN helps to maintain balance in the financial sector. This role is very critical, and as a result of this, makes the financial industry very regulated, strictly regulated. Okay, as a matter of fact, every country in the world has a central bank, whether they are called central banks, Federal Reserve, whatever it is that they may call them. Every country in the world has an institution that regulates the financial sector. Now, the truth is, no government wants what happened 2007, 2008, 2009, global financial crisis. Nobody wants that to happen again. Okay, it was a very critical point globally. As a result of that, governments have gone ahead to make certain regulations, make stricter regulations and policies in the financial sector. So anybody who's coming to play in the financial sector must be aware that it is a strictly, tightly regulated space and must be ready to abide by the regulations and policies that are in place in that sector. For example, that are in place and put out by the CBN, that are entrenched by the CBN in Nigeria. Now, what does this mean for Paystack and Paystack users? Okay. In my opinion, I do not think that this has affected Paystack in any negative way or detrimentally. Quite alright and understandably, this sum of 250 million naira is huge and comes as an unexpected cost, okay, as an expenditure that they have to handle and deal with. However, Paystack is still very solid in Nigeria. They have solid operation, great services, and they are still offering awesome services to their customers all around Nigeria and even in Africa. Ever since their inception, okay, Paystack has increasingly grown. Okay, they have extended their boundaries, their services into other parts of Africa, beyond Nigeria, into Kenya, into South Africa. Okay, so at best, I believe Paystack will take an insight into this, and in the future, whenever they have products that need to be launched, they go the extra mile to ensure and make sure that their products are compliant with their licenses or whatever regulation and policies that CBN set up. So what is the take home for other fintech companies out there, other players in the financial industry? Here it is. Be compliant. Take compliance very seriously. Let compliance be a key part of your operational system, of your key operations. Let compliance be a key part of your operations. Alright? Pre-launch, launch, and continuously. Okay? Start out with compliance, grow with compliance, expand with compliance. Being legally compliant in your business has the capacity to truncate or to make your business. Being compliant gives you the environment to flourish in your business. The truth is this: most business persons, whether fintech or not, are usually concerned with making the business work, making sure they make profits, which is perfectly fine and okay. But the truth is, as a result of your involvement in the area of your strength, which is business growing and all that, or being overwhelmed with making sure that the business makes profits, you might be oblivious to other areas, especially areas that are not your strength. And that is why, as an entrepreneur, as a founder, as a startup, you need to invest in a solid team. You need a solid team. And a key part of your team should be the legals. You need legal counsel. You need solid legal guide for everything you're doing in the marketplace, in the financial industry, or in any industry at all. Being legally compliant is a worthy investment. Investment in compliance is a lifetime investment that does your business great good. Alright guys. So guys, let me know. Let me know guys, what do you think? Was the CBN right? Was CBN unfair? Was CBN too aggressive? Let me know your thoughts in the comment box. I'm going to see you in my next video. Thanks for staying tuned. If you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly do so. Put on the notification bell and like this video so you can also get notifications whenever I put up posts on this channel. See you guys.